What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Bears Profit Plays YouTube channel. If you enjoyed the content in this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel below. Also, be sure to stick around to the end of this video for a quick message from our team. Let's get into the video.
Morning, y'all. Little new intro because we have some money to give away this morning. Woke up feeling like crap. Picks yesterday were dog water. And to feel better, we are going to start the show by giving away not $100, but $200. Trey and I discussed it. And because of the interaction on yesterday's video, we're going to bump it up to $200. The more people view, the more likes we get, the more money we can give away. That's what we love to do. We love giving back to this community. You guys are the best community on YouTube. So, Trey, we're going to do 2 giveaways. We're going to spin the wheel twice. You go ahead and spin that wheel.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Good luck,
77
everybody.
people, by the way. 77 people on this wheel. So good luck, everybody.
Yeah. And if you don't win the first one, you might win the second spin. Oh, it almost was Demetrius Edwards again.
Really? J-Rod2290 is our first winner of $100. Give us one more spin, Trey.
Good job, J-Rod. Good luck, everybody.
Tick, 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 tick. Even PHP6478, if you too would reach out to us at Bears Profit on Twitter, or you can email us bearsprofitplays@gmail.com. We will set you up with $100. We do Venmo, Facebook, PayPal, however we can get you $100. But guys, thank you for entering the contest. Thank you for the interaction yesterday on the video. Hopefully we can do more videos like this and give more money away to the community. We love doing that. But Trey, our streak broke yesterday. 16-game winning streak. You know what the good thing about winning streak is? When you lose, you get to start a new one. So let's start a new one today. Let's take a look at our leaderboard from yesterday to start us off.
Yes, and every professional athlete says you learn more from your losses than your wins. And I learned a lot yesterday. In my game picks, I went 1-1. I gave out the Minnesota Twins plus 0.5 on the first 5 run line versus the Braves, and the Twins over 3.5 total team runs in this game too. Both plays were plus money, so I did take a lot of risk taking them. And the plus 0.5 did cash for us because the Twins and Braves were tied heading into the 6th inning. They were tied 1-1. And then the over 3.5 team total runs for the Twins did not hit because that's where their Twins scoring stopped. They only finished this game with 1 run. That's what I gave for attacking Spencer Strider, but I'll be better today.
Yeah, Trey had the Rangers against the Tigers. The Tigers turned into the Rangers. The Rangers turned into the Tigers. Tigers put up 7, I think. That's probably the most they've put up all season. Matthew Boyd getting hurt in the first inning was my main problem because, I mean, if he's in the game, Rangers score 10. So, yeah, tough break there. Rangers sucked. I went 0-2 on the day. But, Trey, let's take a look at our picks for today. Big bounce-back day for us. Starts off.
Yeah, I'm going to be attacking this Milwaukee Brewers at New York Mets game. And these two teams are fighting to prove that they belong in the playoff conversation. Milwaukee, they're a half game behind the Reds in the NL Central with a 40-37 record, 18-19 on the road. And New York, they're a whopping 15 games behind the Braves in the NL East with a 35-42 record, 17-15 at home. But I'm going to be taking the road team in the Milwaukee Brewers and plus 0.5. It's minus 106, which makes me absolutely love this bet because the payout is really good. And the reason why I love the plus 0.5 is because the Brewers are easily throwing out the better pitcher here with Julio Teheran. Teheran has pitched in only 6 games this season, but he's turned that into a 2-2 record with a staggering 1.53 ERA. And his road ERA is actually lower because in his 2 road starts, he only has a 1.46 road ERA. So look for Teheran to come in this game with a ton of confidence in his stuff on the mound. And the Mets, I wish I could say the same thing about their pitcher, but he's just a doo-doo poo-poo machine. And David Peterson. Peterson has pitched in 7 games this season, turned that to a 1-5 record with a flat 9 ERA. He has gotten lit up in every single one of his starts, and it should continue here, even against this Brewers team that doesn't do a great job at putting the bat on the ball. And like I said, both these teams do struggle to score runs. The Brewers, they're ranked 21st in baseball, only averaging 2.47 runs per game in the first 5 innings. And the Mets, they're ranked 18th in baseball. They only score 2.58 runs per game in the first 5 innings. So both these teams don't like to pour on the runs early in the game. So I'm going to take the better pitcher here with Julio Teheran and the Brewers. So give me the Milwaukee Brewers plus 0.5 on the first 5 innings versus the Mets.
Yeah, Trey, I like that play. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the Miami Marlins going up against the Boston Red Sox. I'm going to take the Red Sox here on the money line, minus 112. These teams are very close when it comes to their overall team stats. The Marlins have climbed their way all the way back up to the 7th best hitting team in the MLB, and And the Boston Red Sox are sitting in the 8th spot this season in team batting average, so both teams are neck and neck in hitting. So then we look at the starting pitching in this game, and Sandy Alcantara is the big name in this game, but he has not been the big name player that we needed for the Marlins this season. He's been torn apart in his last 5 games, and in the month of June alone, he's given up 16 runs in 4 games. He has also surrendered 29 hits in that span of time, as teams like the Athletics and Nationals, who I love, are hitting Sandy Alcantara very hard this season. The Athletics are the worst hitting team in the MLB, and they managed to put up 5 runs on Sandy, and that is very concerning. Sandy is working deep in these games, but it doesn't really matter how deep you go if you're giving up 5 earned runs, putting your team in bad situations. He's why I like the Red Sox in this game, as I have to see him do it well in back-to-back games before I start fading him. The Red Sox will have Garrett Whitlock, who has been hit or miss this season, but over his last 5 games, he's allowed 2 or less runs in 3 of those 5 games. He is much more consistent than Sandy Alcantara is right now, so I'm going to side with the Red Sox at home as Sandy continues to struggle this season. Give me the Sox on the money line as my play. Trey, let's take a look at our leaderboard from yesterday and our player props. Start us off.
Yeah, I went 1-1 yesterday. I gave out Anthony Santander over 7.5 fantasy score versus the Reds, and Matthew Boyd over 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Rangers. Santander, he did cash for us in this game pretty early. I think it was the 5th inning, and he ended up going 2 for 5 with 2 singles and 2 runs scored. So I came out to 10 fantasy points right there, cashing the over. And Boyd, he cost us a win in this game. He only pitched in 2/3 of an inning, and he was not good in that 2/3. He allowed a home run to Marcus Semien in his first at-bat of the game, and then he did not make it through that inning. I think he got injured. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. I don't watch a lot of Tigers baseball, so I was not tuning into this game, but it hurt because I feel like we should have swept the board. Matthew Boyd, he gave up a run in his first batter. He was going to give up 3 in that start, no doubt. So I should have went 2-0. I went 1-1 because the gods did not want us to keep that streak going.
Yeah, Trey, tough break there. I had Jonah Heim over 1.5 bases against those Detroit Tigers. That was my loss yesterday. He did get a single, but that was it. 1 for 4 on the day. And then my winner yesterday was Justin Verlander, under 2.5 earned runs against Milwaukee Brewers. He worked very hard, 100 pitches, 5 innings, but he allowed 0 earned runs. Team got him 0 runs. So he got the no decision in that game. Tough break for Verlander there, but he did cash us that bet. Went 1-1, 2-2 as a team. Trey, let's sweep the board today. Start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to be attacking Mookie Betts here, over 8.5 fantasy score versus the Rockies. And I did just check PrizePicks, and his number did come out at 10, but I still love this play for Mookie. And Betts, he's had a down year overall in his 474 games this season. He has a .258 batting average with 19 homers, 47 RBIs, and 57 runs scored. But he is having a slightly better June here for us in his 20 games this month. And Betts, he has a .272 batting average with 22 hits in those 20 games. But I do think that he can go off in this game at Colorado. And Vegas appears to think so too, because they have the Dodgers at -1.5 at almost -200. And the total runs at 12 total runs for the game. So it looks like the books think that the Dodgers are going to win this game very easily, and there's going to be a ton of runs. And with Betts being at the top of the batting order and the engine that makes this train go, I think that Betts can have a great game here and go 2 for 5 with a couple of runs scored to cash this bet for us. And the reason why I think so is because the Rockies, they're throwing out Connor Seabold in this game. And Seabold, he has started in 9 games so far this season, turned that to a 1-3 record with a 6.07 ERA. And he's gotten lit up in basically every single start of his this season, and it should continue here versus the Dodgers. So give me Mookie Betts to go over the 10 fantasy score versus the Rockies.
Yeah, Trey, I love that play. Let's just have Mookie hit a home run on his first at-bat. That's what he's best at. For my prop today, I'm going to be looking at Masataka Yoshida, over 1.5 bases going up against Miami Marlins. Yoshida is having an excellent first year in the MLB, hitting nearly 300 on the season with a .299 batting average. He's collected over 80 hits this season and has found himself a nice home in the 3 spot for the Boston Red Sox. I really like the matchup for Yoshida going up against Sandy Alcantara, who I will be talking about in a little bit for my other player prop. What I do like in this matchup is that typically a right-handed hitter will have a bigger advantage against a left-handed pitcher because the pitch comes from the outer half of the plate. That gives the hitter an advantage being able to recognize the pitch easier. With left-handed pitchers, if you're in the right-hander's batter's box there, they can catch the release point easier, so we usually see right-handed batters hit better off of left-handed pitchers. That has not been the case so far this year for Yoshida, as he's hitting over 300 against right-handed pitching, collecting 61 of his 80 hits on the year from right-handed pitching. He is hitting .284 against left-handed pitching this season compared to .303 against right-handers. Kind of a strange stat, but it did jump out to me looking at his splits on the season. You guys know how I feel about Sandy. I think he's a very good pitcher, but he has been struggling lately. So I'm going to take Masataka Yoshida over 1.5 bases as my first play. Trey?
Yeah, my pitching prop, I talked about him earlier. I'm going to be going with Julio Teheran under 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Mets. Teheran, he's enjoyed a very nice 2023 season. After only pitching one MLB game last season, Teheran's trying to prove that he deserves to be in an MLB rotation. And Teheran is doing that as a diamond in the rough pitcher for the Brewers. Julio, he's pitched in 6 games so far this season, turning that into a 2-2 record with a 1.53 ERA. But like I said earlier, his road ERA is actually better. In his 2 road starts, he has a 1.46 ERA. And whenever we look at Teheran's matchup here versus the Mets, it looks like a really good bet for us because the Mets, they're ranked in the bottom half in the MLB in terms of scoring runs in the first 5 innings. New York, they only average 2.58 runs per game in the first 5 innings, which puts them at 18th in baseball. And with Teheran in this game, I would be really surprised if they put up 3+ runs on him before he exits this game. So give me Julio Teheran to go under 2.5 earned runs allowed versus the Mets.
Yeah, Trey, Julio's been great this season. I love that play. For my pitching prop today, I'm going to be looking at Sandy Alcantara over 2.5 earned runs going up against the Boston Red Sox. Do not get my words twisted when I talk bad about Sandy in a little bit because this is a very good pitcher. He's just going through a tough time right now. Last season, we saw Sandy Alcantara have a sub-1 whip and was talked about as one of the best pitchers in the league. This season has not been the case for Sandy as he's given up 54 earned runs in 95 innings this season. If we compare that to last season, he gave up 58 earned runs in 32 games, and this season he's given up 54 runs in 15 games. This has not been a great start to the season, and he does have some time to turn that around, but I don't think it's going to be in this game after what we saw in his last several starts. He will be going up against Boston, who are a top 10 offense this season, and I think they will continue their hot bats in this game against Sandy. Looking at Alcantara's stats, he's given up 4+ earned runs in 4 of his last 5 games, and the really concerning thing has been the amount of hits he's given up over that span of time. If we just look at his last 2 games for him, he's given up 10+ hits in back-to-back starts. He does still have that game sprinkled in there where he goes 7 innings, allowing 1 run. But in this game against the Boston Red Sox, a top 10 team, I just think we are going to see him continue to struggle. Take his over 2.5 earned runs in this game until we see him string together a couple quality starts. Sandy Alcantara over 2.5 earned runs will be my last play of the night. Guys, that'll do it for our MLB player props and game picks for Tuesday, June 27th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching.
Just want to let everyone know that while we do give out free picks, plays, and predictions on our YouTube channel, we also have a website for you to check out. On our website, bearsprofitplays.com, you can subscribe to the website absolutely free with an email and gain access to our written articles about upcoming sporting events. If you're really looking to make some cash, we have an option to become a member of our website. If you become a member, you will gain access to our Locks of the Week, which are written articles that go in depth as to why we are picking that particular outcome. As of now, our member plays have been red hot, hitting over 60% of our plays. If you don't want to become a member, it's no sweat. We are here to try and make you guys some money. That's our main goal. So come on over to bearsprofitplays.com and subscribe for free. Check us out, follow our free picks, and see for yourself that our member plays are a great investment for you. Thanks for watching.